Hello, I'm Jeremy Woodruff. I am professor for music composition, music theory, and sound studies at the Istanbul Technical University Center for Advanced Studies of Music, MIAM. And I'm joined you today with a group of fantastic musicians from around the world. An interesting time has precipitated interesting measures, and here we find ourselves with we've got the Red Desert Ensemble in Utah. That's Katie Porter and Devin Maxwell, who are a bass clarinet, and let me switch to a different view so that you can see everybody at the same time. They're a percussion and bass clarinet duo. Devin is also a composer in his own right. We have BC Manjunath, who's coming to us from Bangalore, India. And those are the extreme time zones. So, Katie, what time is it where you guys are?
It's 10 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock in the morning in Utah. And what time is it, Manju, over where you are?
It's 9:30 in the evening.
Right, okay. And then we're joining us is also Anil Eraslan, a very accomplished and renowned cellist who's currently at the residency, the Goethe Institute residency at Torabia, and he's also a composer and improviser. And we're very fortunate to have Professor Sebastian Gramss here with us, who's active as a professor at the Hochschule für Musik in Köln, in Cologne. Sebastian, what time is it with us in Germany? We're right in the middle.
Yeah, nice to meet you all. It's 6 p.m. here, and looking forward to this. Glad to meet you guys here.
Yeah. So maybe I will just like if you can all introduce yourselves briefly, and maybe you can say. I don't know, maybe you can even say how we know each other or something like that, or it would be nice for you to say what you're currently up to these days in this particular time. I think everybody's trying to do what they can, and so maybe it would be interesting for our viewers to know what kind of musical activity you are still pursuing or are able to pursue at the current moment. Devin, Katie, would you like to start?
Sure. So, yeah, I'm Katie Porter. This is Devin Maxwell. We play experimental music, mainly. Devin's also a composer. And we're coming off an artist residency this year at Westminster College in Salt Lake City, Utah. And there we were commissioning all sorts of new music for our duo and talking to students about music entrepreneurship and practicalities of music technology, and really how to exist in the music world before the pandemic. But this has been really a fun time actually to reach out to people that are in our circle but now live all over the world. And I think, Jeremy, we met you in New York.
Yeah.
Many years ago now.
Many years ago at your space. Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay. And Manju, do you want to tell us what you're up to? Or?
Yeah, hi. My name is BC Manjunath. I'm a South Indian percussion player. I play this beautiful instrument called mridangam. This is the primary percussion instrument from South Indian classical music, which is called as Carnatic music. And I also recite some kind of vocal percussion, which is called as konnakol. So I would like to try and do both of them today, bit by bit, here and there. And then I've been teaching a lot online since I've been at home, and then also practicing a lot with my kids, my students. All these things are happening. And I met Jeremy about 19 years ago in Amsterdam. So that's how I know him, and then we've been good friends ever since then. So hello, I'm really excited to be here with all these amazing artists. Thank you.
Anna, shoot away. I think we met in Istanbul probably at one of your concerts, I believe. Are we gonna hear you?
Oh,
Hi, yeah, we hear you.
okay. Yeah, we played in Berlin 3 years ago together.
Right.
I think we met in Istanbul, right?
We met in Istanbul and then yeah.
Try to speak closer to my. Yeah, I'm living in Berlin since some years. Before I lived in France a long time ago, for a long time, and I'm in Istanbul since February for this residency from Goethe Institute. Playing mainly experimental music, also the Turkish Anatolian music, and some other stuff which is related to some other creative musics. And here I'm working for a film project that I'd like to do in Istanbul with the experimental music scene. So yeah, at the moment I'm trying to finish the screenplay and then hopefully make compositions and yeah, and then we will see how we can manage it to make it real, the documentary film. And we're excited to play with you guys. Very nice to meet you.
Thanks. And Sebastian, hi.
Yes, I'm really happy to be in this. My name is Sebastian Gramss. I'm a bass player and composer from Cologne, Germany. And I was just thinking back, I think the first memory I have with you, Jeremy, is we having a pizza in Chennai.
Yeah.
And I think it was in context when I had this residency in India that you introduced me into the world of gamma and brought me together with some guys that you know down there. And so I'm really happy to have our Canadic friend Manjun here in the group. And yeah, and these days been quite, of course, for everyone exceptional. I mean, I think many of us in the beginning, when the lockdown started, we kind of have this forced break so we can like finally do all the things that we always wanted to do. Like it can be uh, cleaning the room, making making some new mess. And but I must say now um, it's time to proceed with with playing and meeting people more. And for me, it's now enough. I'm done. So be happy to be with you here now, at least.
Thanks everybody. I'm also, it's a really great honor to be able to play with you guys. Thanks so much. And I'm also thanking the Bahçeşehir University online series for the opening of their new conservatory, the Baku, and I thank them very much for this opportunity. And so the thing is that this whole genre of playing music over the internet has developed very, very rapidly. And every time I watch it, I have a little twinge of discomfort with the fact that they're trying to pretend that we're in a concert setting, that there's no barrier there, that we're all together in the same room. And over and over again, at least for me as a musician, it doesn't work, and it's like it just reminds me of what we're missing. And the whole mission of this was to let's try to keep it kind of real and realize that, well, we're not in the same space together, and for that reason also I wanted to bring people together who do different kinds of things: jazz, experimental music, classical South Indian music, Turkish music, also some influences, and everything in between. I mean, I also come from a classical jazz background as well as experimental, and I've constructed a kind of form where there's going to be mostly kind of duos, trios, some solos, and then occasionally us playing all together in a certain way. But that points out that we can do kind of like what we feel like in our own spaces, and that mostly what we're really hearing in this, we're hearing quite some really like the sound of the internet. Like there's always so many issues with the sound that we're hearing, like quite a lot of digital noises. We're hearing like a lot of things. It's always like that in the concerts, of this sort. I mean, you can get the technology only to a certain point, and then you're dealing with the compression algorithms of Zoom or whatever platform you're using. And really, mostly what we're hearing is ourselves in these rooms. We are alone, playing our instruments in these rooms, and we see, an artifice of our friends there who we would like to play with in person. And that, however, has its own dynamic, and I hope that we can embrace that dynamic, but like in a different way. So for that reason, I've made, what basically is a kind of experimental score, but which allows all aesthetic categories to flow in as they like, by constructing a kind of timeline where different duos and trio quartets will come in. And this pertains to, a whole experimentation, a genre of experimental music and contemporary music which has existed throughout the 20th century, 21st century, and however is like a new thing, I think, because it's on this particular platform. And you see all of us, and we're all in our own homes. You may see like there's a heating oven, an old style heating oven in my apartment here in Berlin. And some people have different decorations in their rooms, and you may hear some background noise. You may even hear some kids. Some kids maybe even run in, I don't know. Some kids might run through the performance space in the middle of the concert, which probably it won't, but it's okay. They're probably playing video games like, most kids are right now. But, or they're practicing Solkatu, as the case may be. But anyway, so I won't take up too much more time. We are coordinated very loosely by stopwatches. Each our own stopwatches. So our stopwatches are not coordinated this time. And that's also, part of the approach of letting what happen in our own spaces, but also being aware of them through the portal of the Zoom. So, so thank you. And this was like, I was thinking, okay, how can this work? What is this going to be like? And it's my idea of having an international online orchestra. So, of sorts, an orchestra in the sense of a together of disparate elements, which is actually the original meaning of orchestra. So, without further ado, is there anything anyone wants to add before we get into it? Okay, so here is our sketch for a international online orchestra on this 27th of May 2020. Ready, guys? All right. Thank you guys very much. That was beautiful. That was definitely a very new experience for me, you know. That was the most one of the most interesting times I've ever had playing alone in my house. Playing alone in my house than I ever had. My neighbors are probably like, anyway. He stops and he starts and he, anyway. And he
Hey guys, I have this phone here, and my phone, it says this was round one. So if I press the button, we go to round two.
Yeah, we could just keep going, man. No one's gonna stop us, I guarantee you. If we want to do a quick one or something, I don't know. I'm not against it, but you guys have to tell me. Maybe you give a couple impressions right now of what you thought, what you heard, what you were feeling. For me, you know, I mean, it's very different, man. Very different. Very different. temporally and spatially and in every way, and that has different effects. I mean, I do different things, and it's interesting for me. You know, it's not what I would do when we were in the same room. What do you think?
I hope we can do
Yeah, but on the other hand, I
in real
thought
life.
I was practicing before here, and I'm sorry.
No,
Go
I
ahead,
just hope
Katie.
we can do it again in real life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would be beautiful.
Can we make a future date?
Well, you know, once the international online orchestra reaches its heights and zenith, I'm sure.
This one was real. I mean, like, this is a great idea, I would say. Like, you know, like, you have like a carte blanche, but you have time limit to write something on it. And then by the time you want to write something, there was already somebody who already wrote something on it. We were trying to adapt to other person's color. And then sometimes we were like, oh, we can create our own stuff, so somebody would come and join us, you know. This was really interesting experience for me. I think we should also do something like this as timeline for a piece, then just go on the stage live. Might be even a greater experience, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. I think always live is preferable. Thank you, Manju. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I think it always brings something when you have these parameters, you know, and you know that someone's going to come in, and you have a certain time to develop something with them. You know, it definitely, I think, helps me in terms of the improvisation aspect to deal with the time frames.
I was surprised how much you said Jeremy. You said it's different from what when we play together, but I more felt like how much different it is to play with you guys compared to me playing here alone.
Mm.
You know what it does to me to have you guys at least on this level with me.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, of course, I'm saying like playing alone in a kind of, you know, exaggerated, facetious way almost, you know. But
No, no, I know what you mean. Just how I was surprised how much it affects me and what I do.
mm,
The fact that you guys are there. So, I mean, it's obvious, but
yeah, it's funny, you know, because you think um, the connection won't happen, but a lot of connecting definitely happens, you know. I mean, it has to be said.
yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, how about yeah, well,
You call it,
duo
man.
fix, huh?
Yeah.
Duo-
Uh,
I was just gonna say duo fix.
yeah, you want to do like a few minute thing, 5 minute thing? What do you say?
I know. I was just thinking we can do that next week again. For
Oh,
me,
I
it's
see.
yeah,
Okay. Gosh. Yeah, I mean, for me too. Let's communicate about that, you know, behind the scenes. And
yeah,
of course, I would
exactly.
be very grateful. I mean, I love every one of you, and I love all of your playing. And this was like a small miracle for me, you know. I mean, it's amazing. And you know, you all do different things and amazing things, and it was a real honor.
This was
I,
great,
I hope
Jeremy.
we
Thank
can
you so
also
much.
play. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say I hope we can also play in the real life together in the same space.
Yeah. Well, it'd be great to make that happen once everything is, you know, zoomed fast forward into playing realities. Um, so okay, unless anyone else has something to say, I guess I'll wrap it up. And so you you heard the the Red Desert Ensemble coming to you from Park City, Utah. That's Katie Porter and Devin Maxwell, and BC Manjunath and Bangalore, India. Anil Eraslan in Istanbul, and Sebastian Gramss in Cologne. And I'm talking to you from Berlin. It's been a great pleasure. Thank you again very much to Bahçeşehir University, and great blessings and lots of luck on the opening of the Bau Conservatory, the Bahçeşehir University Conservatory, Baku. I wish them all the best, and thank you again for this opportunity. And everybody at home, be well. And thank you again, everybody. Thanks for
Thank
playing.
you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Jeremy. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
Next
you.
time. Have a good evening.
You too.
Bye.